Hey everyone, this is Brian from Vance Hines. Thanks for joining me on another Fuelpak Friday live. I know it's been a while. We haven't done one of these for about a month now. Between Sturgis and Born Free, it's been a little bit crazy around here, but it's nice to be able to finally sit down and talk to you guys once again. We're going to kind of walk through a little bit of the Milwaukee 8 speed limiter removal tutorial video we did a little while ago. Kind of talk about the feature, some of its benefits, some of the little known things that maybe aren't necessarily speed limiter kind of enabled, but help a lot with the bike feel. And then we'll go into a little bit of a Q&A for whoever wants to throw out any questions. So good morning, everybody, and let's go ahead and get this ball rolling. All right, so what you'll end up doing is you'll go into the main menu of the app, get connected through Bluetooth to your FP3. From there, you'll go to the map optimizations menu and you'll select speed limiter. There'll be a little toggle switch. Just flick that to off, back out of the menu, hit the lightning bolt, and that'll flash the changes into the bike. Now, I tend not to think about it as a speed limiter removal, although that is what it does. And there's two ways to go about getting it in there as well. If you go back to the main menu, you can go to the View Edit Maps menu. Now, from there, you will go down and press the General button on the bottom. See the same speed limiter option, and in here you can toggle it again off and on however you like. Just make sure to back out of the menu, hit the lightning bolt, and flash the changes. So again, it does function as a speed limiter, but that's not entirely what it does. So I've had bikes in our dyno up to about 155, 158 miles an hour. It basically limits you to about 158 and change, and that is up from a standard limiter of about 109, 110 miles an hour. So it's a pretty substantial change. Now, the cool thing about it is rather than it just changing how the speed limiter functions, it also changes how the throttle functions towards the higher end of the RPM range. So normally the throttle will kind of like roll off on you a little bit. With the speed limiter disabled, it actually gets rid of that. So you can actually rev it up to red line and not have the throttle kind of back out on you, which is a big change. So I do have one question that came through. Fernando Diaz says he's looking for an FP, brand new Softail Slim in 2021. I know that we are working on it. We have been working on it for, well, pretty much since January. We're almost there. We're still in the testing phases right now, but we should have something for you guys here in the coming months, likely December, January, if I had to put a date on it. So we're getting there. It's just taking a bit more time. We were able to go ahead and, flash all the bikes and take them to Sturgis. Did a lot of on-road testing there with a number of 21s, so definitely making some good headway. Just needs more time, needs more testing. Not quite available yet for public use. So looks like Maddie went ahead and said, yay. All right, so if anybody else has any questions, just go ahead and throw them out there. I'm going to give you guys about a minute, and then we'll call it for the day. So again, if you guys have any questions now, throw them out there. And then on top of it, keep in mind that if you ask questions on this post later on in the day, so either Facebook, YouTube, hopefully YouTube, I'll double check it. I do have a tendency to forget that, but definitely on Facebook, go ahead and just ask your questions in the comment section. I'll go ahead and just take care of them and answer them throughout the day. Maddie asks, what new parts are coming out for 21? There's a lot of cool stuff coming out for 21. Most of it I can't talk about because we haven't put out official press releases to our distributors. The big ones that are coming down the pipeline, we've shown at shows like Born Free, which was recently, so like the Honda Monkey exhaust and a 2022 slip-on for the Honda Grom, both catback compliant system. So those were really nice. Torque 450 machine cut launch. We're working on new electronics products for 2021, so that'll take a bit of time to get the FP3 compatible. Again, hopefully later on this year, and that's what we're targeting for. Let's see, Chad says 20 Street Glide. I've got Torque 450s on it. Put a fuel sack header on it. What map do I recommend? So for the full sack header, I would recommend using one of the Power Duals headers. So just go under Vance Hines. Select the Torque 450s with Power Duals map, go ahead and flash it into the bike, and that'll take care of it. Chad said, saw you at Sturgis, wanted to say hi, but you were pretty busy. Dude, you could have come and said hi. It would have been fine. We're never that busy. One of the cool things that happened at Sturgis, though, is we had our street rod, our little street rod here, that I put tons of miles on, did a bunch of down development, and we did some like hooligan mapping. The new owner actually, who bought it in Colorado, rode up from Colorado and stopped by the truck. So I got to see the bike that I put, I don't know, a couple thousand miles on. And the new owner was stoked on it. So that was pretty cool. So Chad, next time, just stop by, dude. Say hi. All right. Let's see. Just Nichols says, "Are you guys going to be at Delmarva Bike Week this year?" Yes. The plan for the rally season right now with the trucks is to go to Delmarva, and then we will be at Daytona Biketoberfest. Biketoberfest will have both truck locations, so one at the Speedway and another one at the dealer at Destination Daytona. And Delmarva will be at our normal location. But those are the last two rally events of the year. More than likely, we'll do another one come next March 2022. Start off again at Daytona Bike Week and keep on rolling. Let's see. Steve says he's got a 2015 breakout bike. Seems to be running rough with the tune I chose. Anything I can do to make it crisp again? It depends. So if it was riding well initially, you notice it sort of felt like it sort of like it fell out of tune, for lack of a better word. It could be that something is modifying the fueling values from your oxygen sensors. And so the automatic fuel trims are basically taking your bike from being tuned to being out of tuned. I would look for something like an intake or an exhaust leak, just general vacuum leaks. Maybe you've got an injector that's sticking. Maybe your plugs just aren't having a necessary burn. So it could be a couple things. I would just go ahead and take a look at the standard maintenance items, air cleaner, plugs, that kind of stuff, and go from there. Now, I would also, again, double that down with making sure that you have the proper map. So in the app, just make sure that you've got, for whatever system you've got going there, Steve, verify that you have the right exhaust, flash it, go from there. If it rides well, perfect. If you feel like it gets a little bit rough after a while, then I would start looking at other mechanical issues you could possibly have with the bike. Alvaro says, what are the green leaf settings done? So we have like an eco mode. It doesn't put your bike into eco mode like it would on, say, like my Honda. But it basically gives you an idea as to when you're in that closed loop range and therefore when you're getting decent fuel economy. So I personally think it's something that, not a lot of people are going to use. The fact of the matter is, if you're in cruise control or if you're just cruising around town and not using a lot of throttle, you'll be in like eco mode already. So that's more of a visual indicator that you're getting decent fuel mileage rather than something that's, something you can sort of change your habits around. I suppose you could, but if it's only enabled when you're just cruising, then it's not going to make too much of a difference for you. Fernando Diaz says, do I have any update on the exhaust system for 2021 HD models European specs? So European specs have the new Euro 5 compliancy. And so for people who don't know, that basically means there's oxygen sensors before the CAT and after the CAT. So basically you're looking at the burn rate going into the CAT, through the CAT, and then at the tail end of the CAT, more like a automotive type system. Right now, we are working with a couple dealers, one in the UK, one in Mexico, to figure out what we're going to do regarding Euro 5 compliancy and see what we can be done. So outside of that, I'm just waiting on basically data from those outside dealers, and we'll go from there. I know they've submitted some things to engineering, but I believe we're waiting on a bit more detail. CJ Parker, FP3 2021 Street Glide. I covered that a little bit earlier. We have the ability to flash motorcycles. We took a bunch of flashed 2021 bikes to Sturgis, and we put, a couple thousand miles. Sturgis was great. They implemented a new company policy, 2020 at Daytona. If you have an M-Class license and the requisite safety gear, you get to take the motorcycles out and enjoy them while you're there. So we ended up doing, Mount Rushmore and Spearfish Canyon and Van Auker Canyon. Rode for like 2 weeks before and after the truck was closed. So tons of riding in. Got a couple thousand miles on some 2021s that were mapped with the prototype. So really happy with that. Still more testing needed. And so at that point, we'll just sort of keep it going, hopefully have it out. I think the goal is like December, January at this point. So getting close, EJ, just not there yet. Steve says, thanks. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you tuning in and watching. Let's see, we got Salo Marcel Dos Santos. So he's got a HD Fat Boy with Vance Hines Illuminator 300. It's awesome. Appreciate you tuning in there, Salo. Glad you're happy with Illuminators. And it looks like I am caught up. So if anybody has any other questions, go ahead and throw them out. Otherwise, we will cut it short. Again, if you aren't able to ask a question live, if you're catching this after the fact, do just drop a question in the comment section, and we'll take care of you guys throughout the day. Cool. Thanks, Fernando. Again, appreciate you guys tuning in, asking questions. Really, really cool. So yeah, that's it. Just a quickie heads up. A lot of motorcycle racing going on this weekend for Vance Hines, like an absolute ton for this Labor Day weekend. So NHRA has the U.S. Nationals going on at Indianapolis, Indiana. Wow, can't talk today. So qualifying is Friday, and they're running Friday and Sunday, not on Saturday. Finals will be Sunday. Yeah, so this weekend, NHRA, USA National or U.S. Nationals. The AFT is also running the Springfield Mile. And just a heads up, we will be closed on Monday for Labor Day. Just national holiday, we're going to be shut down Monday. So customer support will be back Tuesday. We'll all be back in the office Tuesday. Kurt, happy Friday, buddy. Good to talk to you again. And yeah, so keep in mind, Monday we are shut down for Labor Day for the national holiday. And then lots of racing this weekend. Go ahead and tune in and check it out. AJ said, I missed it. Do you have anything for the 21s? We have flashed 21s. We have done a lot of road mileage on 21s. We're still doing more testing. Stay tuned. December, January is sort of the current goal, but we'll see where we're at. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me on another Fuelpak Friday, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Sorry again for the delay. Again, between Sturgis and Born Free, it's been a little crazy. So doing a weekly Friday show has been a bit of a tricky thing to kind of balance, especially with the reception and cell service that we had in Sturgis. So again, guys, we'll probably do this next week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll